Welcome. It's a Saturday afternoon. I got an empty house here in East Tennessee. And so I just had a couple quick thoughts and wanted to do a quick live video in part to keep a commitment to myself. Here. As some of you know, I have been doing a live stream challenge for 10 days, and this is, I think it's day 8. And so I'm just checking to make sure the live stream is working because these are quite a different, this involves a whole different ball of wax than normal videos. And I think I am enjoying it actually, despite being pushed out of my comfort zone a whole lot more than the regular videos. I'm excited to grow in this area. There's a lot of skills to learn and all that. But anyway, I'm on day 8 of a 10-day challenge to myself. There was the gauntlet was thrown down by another individual, and I decided to do it. So here I am, and I think it's pertinent to actually talk about keeping commitments to yourself, because that's the only reason I'm showing up today. I'm showing up here for me, not for anyone else. And so there's a story before I jump into why keeping commitments matter to me, why I really want to challenge you to learn to keep commitments to yourself in a different way or on a whole nother level. There's a little story that has shaped some of my my life. I heard it years and years and years ago. And it went like this. There was a man walking into a store, and he was behind a beautiful woman. She was dressed gorgeous and carried herself really properly. And as they approached the department store, or the big store, he stepped forward in front of her and opened the door for her. And she paused and, with a bit of a haughty attitude, said to him, "Well, thank you very much. Not many people will open a door for a lady these days." And he curtly replied, as respectfully as he could, "Well, I didn't open the door because you're a lady. I opened the door because I'm a man. I butchered it. I didn't open the door because you're a lady. I opened the door because I'm a gentleman." So that has echoed in my ears. And of course, somewhere along the way, I told this little anecdote to one of my mentors and an uncle that I always was sweetly, and he was an adopted uncle into my life who's now passed away, but my sweet Uncle Paul. And at some point he said, "Well, a gentleman would never say that." And of course it's true. But the moral of the story is that, do you do what you do because of others, or do you do what you do because of who you are? And so doing these live videos right now, I'm doing these for me. And it doesn't matter whether one person watches these or nobody watches these or 10,000 people do, because this is a commitment I've made to a process. And so I found it interesting because yesterday there were some circumstances and I wasn't able to keep my commitment to myself, which was to do a video every day for these 10 days. And I waffled. I was ready to do it at about 11 o'clock at night. And some stuff happened at 11 o'clock at night that threw the curveball. And so the whole day got away from me. A lot of things happened. It made it really difficult to do it. And as any time in life, are these moments where you have to weigh things out, and you have to decide, how committed you are to the process and where there's grace for yourself in exceptional circumstances. But I want to share this with you because I was listening to a fella recently, and he said something really profound, and it really ties in with where I feel like I've been making change a lot in my life and how I've tapped into these keys in other areas. My focus for now about 2 years has been not on setting goals. It's been about committing to a process. And I've shared a lot about mini habits and how just choosing a mini habit and committing to a mini habit has changed my life in the last few years, and how I'm applying this in a lot of different ways in other areas of my life. And this is a small one in a little way. It's just a, hey, I'm going to go do a live stream for 10 days. That's the 10-day challenge. Now, the truth was yesterday I didn't do it. If you look back, you'll see that I missed one day. And so in one sense, I failed to keep that commitment. But the overarching experience of what I'm choosing to do, I'm committed to doing these 10 videos. Now, maybe it didn't happen in 10 days, so I'm still plowing through, and I'm committed to the process. And I think that trumps in this case the fact that it was one day. But I want to challenge you to just take a few minutes and reflect. Are you a person that, do you keep commitments to yourself? Do you generally keep commitments to yourself? Do you keep commitments half the time, 10% of the time, 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time? Or are you a person that makes excuses? And somewhere along the way, I remember someone challenging me to keep commitments to myself in the same way that I would keep commitments to other people and keep my word to other people. And so I heard this said, I think the fellow's name is Erwin Raphael McManus. I know of him, I don't think I've read anything of his stuff or really listened to him regularly, but I do know his name from other circles. But anyway, he said something to the effect that when you make a commitment to the process, you get the outcome. When you commit to the outcome, you usually never begin the process. And the whole concept is that, and actually I'm going to rewind. This other quote is the one that I wanted to start with. So I'm going to just do this other one first, and then the one I just read. So let's start here. It may be foundationally the most important thing to creating a life you won't regret. And that is keeping commitments to yourself. So let me say that again. He said in a nutshell that learning to keep or becoming a person that keeps commitments to yourself, quote, may foundationally be the most important thing to creating a life you won't regret. The truth is, most people are not able to keep commitments to themselves. That's why New Year's resolutions are such a big deal. And then people fail and fall flat on their face. And so people are committed to the goals and the outcome, but they're not committed to the process. And so, for example, it's a whole lot. Most people will start the new year saying, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, rather than committing to changing their life in such a way that will produce the outcome that they want. For example, instead of having a goal to, having a goal to lose 20 pounds, the goal is committing to the process, and the commitment is to go to the gym 3 days a week. And so he goes on to say on this same topic, and this is what I read, but I'm going to reread again. When you make a commitment to the process, you get the outcome. When you commit to the outcome, you usually never begin the process. And so, I feel like this just fits. A couple of days ago, I think it was the day after the election, I did a live stream that, hey, let's not wait till the new year to work on the new you. I want to start now to begin, to build momentum for the new year that's coming, to launch into the new year explosively. And so I want to start making decisions right now that are going to make it the easiest for me to be where I want to be when the new year starts. And so one of my last live streams was, I think, titled New Year, New You. And maybe I'll throw a link up after on this video, or put a thumbnail or a link in the description for you to check that one out too. But basically, when it comes to commitments, you are either building the muscle of being a person who keeps commitments to yourself, or you're building the muscle of being a person who makes excuses to yourself and for yourself in situations. And so I challenge you to really reflect on this and see what you can do. How can you create the life of your dreams by committing to a process and not an outcome. And then how do you fuel that commitment? This is one of the ways you can do it, showing up here. In fact, I think that tomorrow, I'm going to schedule a live stream for tomorrow. Probably it'll be for maybe an hour or more tomorrow, a Sunday afternoon here on the East Coast. I don't know where you are in the world, but I would love to have you join me. And really, I would love to make that live stream just about planning. I would love to make it about just to have some music in the background. And I'm just gonna, I might do a little intro and share something for just a few minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. But basically the crux of maybe the hour would just be to, why don't you just sit down and dream with me? Why don't you just sit down and take time, pull out your journal. I'll challenge you to maybe look at what it would take to create your dream life for the new year. So instead of waiting till January 1st to list or even imagine resolutions, let's just start by kind of going back to a place of dreaming or listing. I've got one of my favorite things is I've got a bucket list journal that I've been working on through the years that my husband has gave me ages ago. And so this is kind of like what would you call it? Like a handrail or something that kind of keeps guiding my process of living the life that I want to, living the life of my dreams. And so tomorrow, if you can join me, it's not going to be a lot of talking. It's just going to be some music, maybe just have some candles, grab a journal. I've got my cup of tea. I have it here today. I haven't taken a sip since we started, but bring a cup of coffee, bring a cup of tea, hot chocolate, cider, if you like it, and just create space in your life to take action, because you can listen to me all day and never make change. You can you can watch YouTube videos or videos anywhere on the internet or listen to podcasts till your ears bleed and your eyes bleed and never make the change that you need to create the life of your dreams. But creating that life starts with taking action, and taking action starts with making a clear plan and having a clear vision, clarifying some of those dreams, and then breaking it down into what I believe, even in the MIDI habits and the way that I had breakthrough in something so ridiculously simple that you can't fail to keep that commitment to yourself. And truthfully, that's why I didn't show up yesterday. My commitment to the process of live streaming, I didn't break it down enough so that it was ridiculously simple. It was too hard, even at 11 o'clock at night, to get on here with the lighting in the dark. There were so many other factors that made it difficult. And so, but in these other areas, I found ways to succeed. And it's one thing for me to redefine this experience so that I can finish my commitment and keep that commitment to myself in doing this little live stream challenge. And so for tomorrow, it's not going to be a lot of words. It's not going to be any insight. I don't feel that I need to really convey a lot, but I just want to create space of an hour of music and just quiet and real live time that you could join me to begin creating the life of your dreams and building momentum so that come January 1st, you can look back and already see that you've built incredible momentum when everyone else is just starting out. So I think that's all I have today. Thank you for your support. Thanks for showing up. I really hope that this challenges you, and I would love to have you join me tomorrow. And I'm going to throw the other video up here so that you can follow, whether on an end screen here or a link, and maybe you can check out the other one and start thinking about how you want to live in the new year and in what way you can get your breakthrough. So appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.